Hello everyone, welcome to the 5-Minute Discovery channel. When you think of Mexico, you probably imagine notorious drug cartels, dramatic Hollywood movies with criminals on the run from the United States. But Mexico is not only that. Let's explore another part of this country, where the capital Mexico City, with its expressive name, is not only the heart of the country but also a unique cultural icon. This city is so special that it is named after the country it represents. But what is more interesting is that Mexico City was built on a lake that once surrounded ancient temples. And now, it is gradually sinking into the ground. The image of this city, with modern architecture combined with rich cultural heritage, is truly a fascinating journey of discovery. Come with me to walk on the bustling streets, where every corner tells interesting stories about the history, people and culture of Mexico. You will feel the vitality of this city, from the delicious street food to the colorful festivals. Mexico City is not just a destination, but an emotional experience, an unforgettable journey. Together, we will explore and feel the diverse beauty of this land. In fact, Mexico City was built on Lake Texcoco, which the Aztecs chose as a sacred place to build a great empire. The Aztecs, an unforgettable name in history, once dominated the Central American region from the 14th to the 16th century. Creating one of the most illustrious civilizations of mankind, they called themselves Mexica, which is also the origin of the name Mexico. According to an ancient prophecy, the capital of the Aztecs would appear when an eagle landed on a cactus. The journey to find this miraculous phenomenon took them everywhere. And finally, the place where the eagle landed was a small land in the middle of Lake Texcoco. That place became the capital of the Aztecs, and today, that symbolic image is still engraved on the Mexican flag. However, history has had tragic turns. When the Spanish invaded, they decided to build their own city on the foundations of the Aztecs, creating a new city, Mexico City. But sadly, Lake Texcoco is now almost dry. The city, with its leaning buildings reminiscent of the Leaning Tower of Pisa, is struggling with the problem of sinking into the ground. It is estimated that Mexico City is sinking about 12 centimeters per year, many times faster than the famous city of Venice, which is only about 2 millimeters. Pumps drain the lake, but the city has gradually lost its title as the 7th tallest city in the world. Now only the 8th. Over the past 70 years, Mexico City has risen from an Aztec city on a lake to become one of the largest, richest and most populous cities on the planet. Mexico City is a complex city, a melting pot of vibrant colors and rich cultures. Here, you will feel the harmony between the Aztec heritage, the imprint of the Spanish period, along with the influences of neighboring America. This city not only contains many magical mysteries but also possesses unique beauty. From natural landscapes to fascinating man-made structures. When you step into Mexico City, you will be captivated by the liveliness of the streets, where music resonates, the aroma of delicious food blends with the bustling atmosphere of daily life. Despite many challenges, Mexico City has still thrived, becoming one of the greenest and richest capitals on the planet. Not only a tourist destination, this city is also home to more than 700,000 Americans, creating the largest community of Americans living in a city outside the United States. If you include the entire country, this number is around 1 million. This makes Mexico City an interesting part of the story of those looking for a new life. In addition, this city also owns the second most visited Catholic church in the world, after the Vatican. Before we explore the interesting and mysterious details of this capital, prepare to immerse yourself in a journey full of surprises, where every corner has its own story. Every experience brings unforgettable emotions. Let's step into the mysterious world of Mexico City together, a land not only famous for Hollywood movies but also for its majestic volcanoes. Although many people often think of the desert, in fact, Mexico is a country full of life with 42 active volcanoes and thousands of extinct volcanoes. Located along the volcanic belt, Mexico is one of the most seismically active regions on the planet, where 90% of the world's earthquakes and 75% of the world's volcanoes occur. Not only is Mexico geologically rich, but it is also a melting pot of diverse cultures. The country's cultural heritage is a harmonious blend of indigenous peoples and 3 centuries of Spanish rule. From the great Mayans with their vivid murals, intricate sculptures to impressive jewelry, Mexico is home to talented artists. In addition, few countries on Earth possess the diversity of flora and fauna as Mexico. The country's unique geographical location, between the equator and the Arctic Circle, creates an ideal environment for millions of animal species. It is a haven for creatures seeking warmth from the harsh cold of the north and the intense heat of the south. Mexico City is no exception, boasting a portion of this wealth. With its temperate climate, the city is not only home to humans but also an ideal environment for animals and plants to thrive. Mexicans are not only famous for their intense love of sports but also for their mysterious and fascinating history. One of the most surprising is the ancient civilization of the Aztecs, where football matches were not just games, but also sacred rituals. According to their beliefs, the loser would be sacrificed to the gods to ensure that the world would not be destroyed. They believed that without human blood, the sun would stop rotating. These rituals were terrifying. Between 10,000 and 50,000 people may have been sacrificed each year, with their hearts cut out and offered to the gods in sacred fires. Back to the present, Mexico City, the capital of this country, is a gem in the mountains. Located at an altitude of more than 2.20 meters above sea level. The climate here is mild, not as hot as many people imagine. However, some visitors may experience shortness of breath upon landing due to the altitude. Fortunately, this symptom usually disappears after a few hours. Temperatures here range from around 6 degrees Celsius on the coldest days to 29 degrees Celsius on the hottest days, creating great living conditions for residents. Mexico City is not only the oldest city in the Americas, but also had the largest population at that time with around 300,000 people, far exceeding any city in Europe. Today, the city still holds the position of the most populous city in the Americas, ranking 4th in the world with around 22 million people, only behind Tokyo, Delhi and Shanghai. Not only is it crowded, Mexico City is also one of the largest economic centers in the world. The city contributes around 20% of the country's GDP, making it one of the richest cities, ranking 7th globally, behind famous cities such as Tokyo, New York, and London. Finally, the public transportation system here is an interesting thing that cannot be missed. Mexico City has a massive transportation network, including buses, subways, cars and bicycles, making it easy for residents and visitors to move around. Every street corner contains stories, vibrant sounds of daily life, inviting you to explore and experience. Come and feel the rhythm of this city, where the past and present blend together, creating a vivid and colorful picture. Mexico City is not only a fascinating destination with a rich history but also has a highly developed public transport system. Every day, more than 7 million people, equivalent to more than 25% of the population, choose the metro as their means of transportation. This is not only the largest system in Latin America but also one of the longest metro lines in the world, with 12 lines connecting 195 different stations. Another popular way to get around is by bicycle. Residents of the city can easily use bike rental services without having to own one. This not only helps reduce traffic congestion but also gives them the opportunity to explore every corner of the city. If you do not like using public transport or cycling, the city also has about 100,000 taxis ready to serve. This is one of the cities with the highest taxi rate per capita in the world. Although it may sound suffocating with such a crowd, in the heart of the city there is a fresh green space, the largest park in Latin America, Chapultepec Forest, with an area twice as large as Central Park in New York. This place is not only an ideal stop for those who love nature but also a peaceful place amidst the hustle and bustle of the city. If you are passionate about exploring culture and history, Mexico City will not disappoint you. With more than 150 museums, it is proud to own the largest number of museums in the Americas and second in the world, only after London. In total, there are 186 recognized museums and more than 200 unrecognized museums. These museums not only provide valuable knowledge about history but also unique art spaces, enough to make anyone linger. Mexico City is not only famous for its rich culture and mysterious history, but also has a special mark in the world of sports. This is the first city in the world to host the World Cup twice. In 1970 and 1986, memories of the fierce matches here still live on in the hearts of football fans. In addition, the city is also home to the National University of Mexico, one of the most prestigious schools in the world with more than 300,000 students and nearly 40,000 scholars. Here, you will find a cinema, a theater with 3 stages, a professional football team and an Olympic-standard stadium. Notably, on campus there are more than 30 museums, each of which preserves precious cultural values. Not only that, the National University of Mexico has also expanded to many countries such as Spain, France, the United States, Canada and China. However, when it comes to Mexico, some people often worry about the level of safety. But don't worry too much. Mexico City has a strong police force with a ratio of 1 police officer for every 100 people, along with about 11,000 security cameras installed everywhere, ensuring the safety of residents and visitors. Another interesting and sweet fact is that Mexico City holds the Guinness World Record for the most people kissing at the same time. On Valentine's Day 2009, nearly 40,000 people gathered at the famous Zocalo Square to create an unprecedented romantic moment together. All of this creates a vivid picture of Mexico City, one of the largest, most populous, and most attractive cities in the world. Especially, it was built on a lake, and is now actually sinking every day. Literally. Thank you for following our story around the world. If you find it interesting, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell and share the video with your friends. Goodbye and see you tomorrow.